From the Macon Centerplex, our third day of semifinal action here in historic Macon, Georgia, where today on the GHSA network, the AAA classification takes center stage. It's the defending champion Washington County Lady Golden Hawks and the North Hall Lady Trojans. And hello again, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA network, your exclusive home for the state semifinals. Alongside my broadcast partner, Justin Hanover, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Two very passionate fan bases have gathered here in Macon for our first girls semifinal here this afternoon. The defending champion, #1 ranked Washington County Lady Golden Hawks come in at 30-0. They've won 62 consecutive ball games. They're going for their second consecutive state championship, Justin.
And with Alicia Gray, one of the best players in this nation, will play at a higher level in about a year from now. Contender for the State Player of the Year, 2,000 career points, just scored 32 points in that last victory against Monroe, where they won 58-46. You can't have enough accolades for Alicia Gray, and when the defense is cooking like it has been, allowing just 39 points per game in the playoffs, you see why this team's looking to become the first girls team since Woodward Academy back in 1995 to have back-to-back undefeated seasons.
On the other side, the North Hall Lady Trojans come in at 24-7. They're outscoring their opponents so far this year 57-47. They've won 8 consecutive ball games, and they're being led by a couple of twins.
They're a confident team, no doubt. They're playing great ball. Mary-Kate Rushton, McKenna Rushton lead the way. Also Taylor Swazowski, 17 points in that last game, 7 of 8 from the free throw line in the last 2 minutes in crunch time, and a good victory to get here, an upset over Allatoona. So we'll see if North Hall can ride that momentum here against Washington County.
Defense will be the key for the Lady Trojans. Washington County starters one more time. It's Murray, Gray, Kitchens, Nelson, and Brown. For the Lady Trojans in white and green, it'll be Swazowski, Rushton, Hamilton, Rushton, and Pascal. North Hall led by Christy House in her second season. Washington County led by Shug Parker, gentleman who took them to a state championship last year. And Washington County controls. Nelson to run point, number 25, you saw her there. She's very, very quick. A senior leader. There she is. The ball was off to Gray for a split second. They love working Alicia off the Alicia off the pick and roll. Ball loose. Nelson. A lot of energy in this old building. North Hall's fan base very, very passionate.
And it'll be interesting to see early on, Chris, how they try and play defensively here.
That looks physical.
Against Alicia Gray. What are you going to do? It's almost a pick your poison situation. Are you going to do something unconventional? Are you going to throw 2 girls at her? Are you going to do a box and one? Are you just going to play a straight zone or straight man? So we'll pick that up early on here and see the defense that the Trojans are going to employ.
Tierra Murray at the line. She front irons, side irons the first free throw. A junior standing at the line at 5'8". Well, you talk about the defensive sets for the Lady Trojans, and what will Christy House, the head coach, do? Do you try to take away the speed or the height of Alicia Gray? That's the thing. Do you put your quicker players on her, double team her with speed, or put your bigger young ladies on her?
It's certainly a tough matchup because she'll slash to the hole, she'll bomb away for 3. And as we see, a 10-second violation there. Good early defense by Washington County. We'll just have to see how this thing develops. You know what you're going to get from number 15. We'll see defensively what they're going to bring in order to try and stop her. Right now, it looks like they're just going a straight man.
More than likely, usually in my mind, a combination of defenses. Switch it up on a once-in-a-generational player who puts up the 3, and she misses. But the rebound underneath, no on 2 opportunities, and they'll get another. 3 ball deep. No good on the air ball, and the rebound pulled away by Mary-Kate Rushton. Rushton, a 1,000-point scorer, just like her sister. She forces that pass, and it goes out of bounds.
Rushton had the pass to Taylor Swazowski a little bit earlier. She did not recognize it. Then when she looked up at about midcourt, the angle wasn't there, and she overshot her.
Get another look at the Lady Hawks offensively. As I mentioned, outscoring their opponents by 28 points per ball game this year. They have no wins this year by less than 10 points. That's a staggering statistic.
That's as dominant as you could ever get. And in the playoffs, by the way, they've allowed 46, 46, and 25 to get to that 39 points per game average.
Some of their marquee wins, they beat Westside, Laney. They beat Hepzibah twice, or 3 times, pardon me. Drive, kick, and a charge. No score, nearly 2 minutes into the semifinal matchup.
That's Shakira Nelson. A lot of speed. Sometimes, though, when you try and play a little bit too quick, that's what happens. And a good defensive recognition there by the Trojans.
We've seen a little bit of that so far.
Yes. Good start. 2 minutes in for North Hall. They've slowed this thing down. They've kept it at a pace.
Still, Alicia Gray, a once-in-a-generational type player, and she's got the opening bucket of the semifinal matchup.
And as I talk about slowing it down, we see right there Washington County speeding it up with the defense.
Walk. Little histrionics for you. 8 Final Four appearance for Washington County, 2 state titles in '91, and as I mentioned, last year. They've been the state runner-up just once, back in 1970.
And that victory over Dalton, 62-50, another double-digit win in the 62-game run.
And Dalton, good team last year, really good team. History for North Hall. Second Final Four appearance, just their second Final Four appearance. 1991, their only other.
Now that was around the Christian Leitner miracle shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back in 91, I believe that was the year.
Exactly right. Wait a minute. Was it exactly the year? That was the Kentucky game.
It was right. Right around 91, 92.
Still at 2-0. Jumper. Contested, turns into an air ball. Good defense here early. Solid defense for North Hall. They're not exactly a low-scoring team, but this their type of ball game early at least. 3 minutes in. Mentioned earlier, they're outscoring their opponents 57-47. Winners of 8 straight. Started at 3-2 this year. They were at one point 10-5, but they're 14-2 since. Look at the move by Gray, and another thing that she does so well is dish the basketball. Timeout called. 30-second variety timeout for Christy House.
And you see, Chris, both baskets here because of the defensive pressure. You see Alicia Gray, who scores 32 a game, able to come up with 2 steals off the bat and the assist. The all-around game, the presence of Alicia Gray already a factor. But 3 minutes into the game, North Hall hasn't done much offensively, but defensively they've been okay. They've just allowed the 2 steals, though.
A couple of games to touch on for Gray so far this year. In the game where she scored her 2,000th point against Hepzibah back on the 24th of January, she scored 48 points, a school record. That's number 4 in state history. She went for 48 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 steals in that ball game.
She's a 6-foot guard. I mean, we're talking about a lot of height here. This is not a jitterbug of a player at 5'3", 5'4".
And the thing that makes her so great, not just a jump shooter, not just a big girl inside. She's great at all facets of the game. Great ball handler as well. 3-ball, Rushton. No good there. Rebound by Gray, and she pushes. Give off. Charge to the basket, layup, and in. Shunteria Kitchens, the sophomore. Another trap. Better hurry, counts at 6. And they don't make it. No, wait, timeout called by Christy House in North Hall, and she stomps the court in anger. And she is just howling at her young ladies right now.
Yeah, Christy Hall, you called it exactly right. She literally stomped her feet on the floor, just upset with every member of her Trojan team right there. They're not getting the ball over midcourt. That is something that you have to do. You may not be able to beat a Washington County team, but at least get this ball and give yourself a chance.
She needed help.
And you see her right there, just imploring the team. Guys, you're better than this, she's saying. You see early on, though, the Lady Hawks with that defensive pressure. It's just stifling right now, reminiscent of Buford a little bit yesterday, who we saw.
And Wesley in the day before. We are truly seeing the top team in each classification has advanced here into the state championship teams as far as the girls go. Wesley in a dominating performance in single A. Buford, an even more impressive win yesterday. Here's Rushton again, no good. Loose ball picked up inside, free throw line jumper hits off front iron. That was her sister on the shot, ball still loose. We may have an over and back, and we do. Foul going to be called on Murray.
Sydney Cleveland with a chance there down low. If you're North Hall, I'm not going to say you have to play the perfect game, but you've got to hit your 6-foot bunnies in the lane. And if you can't do that, you're in a world of trouble.
Keaton. Pasquale. Paschal. Third timeout on Waco so far. Three ball from the wing, no good off back iron. That was McKenna Rushton that time. Boy, what a dynamic duo they have in the Rushton girls. McKenna and Mary Kate both have scored 1,000 points in their career. McKenna went for 10 versus Allatoona in that big playoff win, while Mary Kate went for 13 in the first half.
And 15 overall in that game. So it's 25 points. You see of the 67, about 40% of the offense.
And they average 25 points together per game.
So they're keeping that average up there.
Mary Kate's highlight moment of the regular season was a 31-point ball game versus Pickens County. The second free throw made, 6-1 game.
North Hall's had their shots. They're shooting, you know, something like 0 of 7, 0 of 8. You make a couple of those, and you're right there in basically a tie ball game. You've got to hit your shots, though, against Washington County.
Rushton will push up, give it off to her sister, a three. They go. They like shooting the threes, and they'll need to knock some down today.
We'll need to see a little Villanova against Georgetown type of a deal. Maybe not 88%, but at least above 50%.
Here's Alicia. Now Kitchens. Kitchens will drive. Kick out. She had a lane. She could have taken that one. Nelson's thinking about it. Shakiria. Free throw line jumper. Off glass. About to say off iron, but she didn't even draw that.
And they're running, Chris. You watch what North Hall is doing right now. On the rebound, they're running, and they have breakouts, but they're not able to find them.
Nelson's got the loose ball after the skirmish. And a good job of backing it out offensively. Cray had that one go in and out. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to tell you something. Seems like McKenna's coming out with every loose ball underneath, every rebound underneath, and she's also pushing up the floor.
Yeah, they have ladies breaking out. I'm telling you, in a couple of these plays, the Trojans have had 3-on-1, 2-on-1 type opportunities. They're just not playing with their heads up, getting the ball down court quick enough.
McKenna checks out. She looked pretty impressive early. Allie Staub into the ball game now. Oh, they got to get on it, Justin.
That's a nice. They broke it nicely right there.
Cleveland did the good job of pushing through the break, and Paschal finishes.
And that's a 6-0 run all of a sudden for the Trojans. So remember, after that timeout from Christy House, look what's going on now.
Sometimes, I don't want to assume here, but sometimes you get starry-eyed when you're facing a team like Waco. Maybe that timeout settled them down a little bit. Kitchens.
They're going man-to-man here defensively.
Nelson. Nelson and Rushton, that'll be a good battle all day. 25 in black and 23 in white and green down here at the bottom of your screen. Here we go. Good defender, very quick guard. And Nearly is still inside, and yes, they do. Another turnover. Seen a few turnovers here early now for Washington County.
They forced it inside there to Alicia Gray, and it wasn't there. She tried to post up.
Mary Kate goes straight to the bucket and scores. And look at the fired up young ladies in white and green. North Hall has taken the lead. And a standing ovation. Sydney Cleveland, one of their best defenders, is on Alicia Gray, and she slaps it away as Gray goes to the rack.
Real good emotion here from North Hall. They are into this action right now. 8-0 run, haven't allowed a point in a while, and absolutely nothing doing offensively from the Golden Hawks. Remember, the first 2 buckets off of the steals in transition. In terms of the half-court game, there is nothing going on right now. It's a lot of standing around for the girls in black.
Shakaria hands off to Alicia, who looks back to her head coach, Shug Parker, for the sign. She holds up the finger number 1 to call the play. She'll try to take Cleveland. She'll dribble in, try to kick it out, drive, off glass, and in. It's Kitchens. The sophomore scores at 5-6, ties us at 8.
And even with a hoop, that's not at all what Washington County wants to do. Sydney Cleveland again D'ing up very nicely, getting around the pick.
Another steal. Boy, oh boy.
Should hold for 1 right here.
Yep, you're exactly right. Could not agree more. McKenna's going to go for it, though. Left-handed jumper, no good. Ball still loose. And a 3. Boy, that would have brought the rafters off this old joint. Staub gets in a wrestling match underneath. The arrow will be in favor of North Hall when we come back. They may call the
end of the quarter. We'll have to see. They may call the end of the quarter before that.
Indeed they do. North Hall basketball when we come back at the end of 1. An exciting first semifinal action for the girls on the GHSA network.
What do they call it? They ended the quarter, right? They can't, I mean, with no...
Back for second half action in historic Macon. One of the oldest cities in central Georgia. City chartered in 1823. An exciting first quarter of action, 8 apiece, pardon me.
And it ended with a bang there as they did not call the possession error. They said the quarter was over.
Right.
So we're going to start here with North Hall's ball.
We talked to one of the officials at the first quarter break. Good job by the officials so far. Ricky Crawford, Bill Lewis, and Jared Dickey. The men in stripes this afternoon. And a rejection. That one's sent away by Kayla Brown inside.
A great look inside, though, from McKenna Rushton. She basically had the defender get off her feet. She fed it down low for the opportunity.
Swazowski drives. Right-handed floater over the defender that does not fall, and Gray the rebound. Give off. Kitchens is rejected.
McKenna Rushton again doing it on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively.
That young lady is fun to watch. She's showing a lot of fire so far. Three ball. Not this time. Off back iron, and the rebound pulled away by Mary Kate Rushton this time. Maybe. Jump ball. Washington County wins it. Boy, oh boy, Mary Kate had that thing, and then Alicia Gray just reached in and earned the jump ball.
Yes, she did. Very heady play by Gray. Just because somebody falls and hits the deck hard, Chris, does not necessarily mean it's a foul.
Love that you said that. I completely agree. Good ball fake. Good ball fake, and then decision to step in 5 feet and take the short jumper off glass and in. A beautiful decision and shot by Nelson.
Nelson with a lot of speed.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She was standing out of bounds. I saw it, and half the crowd saw it as well. But
well, when you're a senior like Sarah Paschal, maybe you get a break every now and then.
Oh, boy. Not this time by Alicia. Deep three. Waco didn't even set up their offense there. She took the possession and put it right up.
I'll tell you what, you want to look at an early indication here. About 9 minutes in, all of the emotion with the North Hall players. Washington County very, very mellow, and maybe by the time this game ends, that'll be a good thing. They're even keel. But right now, all the emotions with the girls in white and green.
Staub pushes over half. Gives off to Paschal. Now to Rushton. Drive by McKenna. The left-handed floater, no good off back iron. And the rebound pulled away by Kayla Brown. And she's pushing. Well, they got 6 or 7 girls on this team that can really push it up the court. 3-ball, wide open. Corner, pocket, no good. Look at that. That's Murray comes skying in, and then a jumper wide open is missed by Brown. And North Hall's got it back.
Yeah, Murray showing her athleticism there, getting up for that one.
2-on-1. 3-ball. Good. Taylor Swazowski. 9 points, 4 assists per ball game. She had 17 points versus Altoona in their huge quarterfinal win.
And once again, she nailed 7 of 8 free throws in the final 2 minutes, showing her mettle under pressure. Biggest lead of the game right now for the Trojans here at 3.
And they got all the momentum as well. Wild shot there. Somebody come help.
They're going to have to call another timeout if they can't get this over.
It's going to be close. They finally do. Staub. Not this time. It's in the air. And it's Waco possession.
It's a great job, though, by Sydney Cleveland, getting position, getting in there, and at least while going out of bounds, trying to throw it off a Lady Hawk defender, but unfortunately hit her own lady, and it went out of bounds.
Timeout. Shug Parker and the ladies in black and gold.
A 13-4 North Hall run. Remember, they were down 6-0 midway through the first quarter, and ever since, a 13-4 run for the Trojans since that Christie House timeout and that floor stomping.
Yep. She showed that emotion that her team had not shown in the first few minutes. And as soon as, and you pointed it out, that's the turning point so far early. As soon as she showed that emotion, her team rose to the occasion, showed their emotional, their fire from the inside. And you're right, it's completely turned around.
We knew coming in, North Hall was a confident team. Look, they upset Alatoona, who's a very quality squad.
Yep.
Winning that game, buzzer to buzzer, never trailing, dominated up 36-19 at the half. You knew they were going to be confident. But the problem was Washington County, with all their talent, were they going to get out early and squash that confidence? At 6-0, you thought maybe. All of a sudden, Christie House, give her credit, she called that timeout, got her girls focused again, and right now they're in the lead here midway through the second quarter.
Timeouts, or rather fouls, sorry. Only an issue on one side. Waco committed 6 fouls already now, Justin. So we'll see if that's an issue in the final 5 minutes of our first half play.
And 6 versus 1, mind you. You see they're trying to run Alicia Gray off the screens and off the curls to try and get something, but she's just not being quick enough right now.
Right.
Sydney Cleveland's doing a great job, and she's a freshman, Cleveland.
Off back iron. Ball loose in the air, and the putback up and in by Gray. 4 points now for perhaps the player of the year in the state. Swazowski did a good job of faking out her defender. In the end, the shot is errant, and Waco's got it back. Chance for the lead. Wide open 3. No good off back iron, and the rebound pulled away by Allie Staub. Who has it now? Taylor worked around to McKenna. Tries to put it on the ground. Instead, it's a three. Good. Sydney Cleveland had 11 points in that huge quarterfinal win versus Allatoona, and she's come up with a couple of big defensive plays in this one so far. Not hitting their shots. They're getting wide open shots. Yes, North Hall's playing well defensively, but a lot of wide open missed shots for Waco. Spinning right-handed floater, no good. Ball still loose. We got a foul on someone. That one going to be called on Sydney Cleveland. Boy, that young lady, number 32, the freshman, just a freshman, playing so well this season.
That's not a bad foul, though. Coach House is not upset with that. That's fighting for an offensive rebound. You only have 1.5. That's not the end of the world at all. She loves what her girls are doing right now.
Well, you got number 1 Washington County versus an unranked North Hall squad. And the easy bucket underneath. That's Samani Simmons.
It's the best set piece of the game so far for
Steal.
Washington.
Good move. Off glass, left it a little bit short. Ball still loose. Alicia there to pick up the garbage. Chance at a three-point play and her 7th point of the ball game. Also a chance at the lead.
You see, though, how this game's developing. Washington County's getting their points basically defensively and on offensive rebounds. They're not setting up much in the half-court play. Before that last basket, we finally saw a nice little set piece down low. But for the most part, their half-court game has been non-existent thus far.
And again, we talked about it a second ago. Even when they found open jump shots, they are not making them. Don't know if they've made an open jump shot the entire ballgame so far.
There's a bad turnover right there. A bad turnover. That's what you cannot do. Mary-Kate rushing from the inbounds, just throwing it. Not on the same page with the teammate, and it goes straight out of bounds.
So Waco led 6-0. Then trailed 8-6. And this, their first lead since, well, 6-4. Drive and a charge. And a thunderbolt goes through this place.
That's a tough call on Sydney Cleveland. That's a good move. Coach House is not upset with that. She's being aggressive. She's going to the hole. I think that could have gone either way, and unfortunately for her, it went against her.
Oh, great. Hit with a walk. Got caught in midair. Good job by the defender, Tiffany Hamilton. We talked about Hamilton and Cleveland. Arguably their top 2 defensive specialists. She and Cleveland have already done a pretty good job on Alicia so far. Turnover. Cutting to the basket, right-handed floater, no good. Alicia there for the rebound, as she so often does, scores. 9 or 10 now for Gray. I'll check the numbers. Let's call it 10, yes, 9. 9 points for Alicia Gray. All of a sudden, Waco by 3.
And again, Gray off the offensive rebound. She's scoring points via the steal. She had a steal there and an offensive rebound. It hasn't been pretty. There's been nothing pretty for Washington County right now. They're not playing their A game as of yet, but yet they're doing the fundamentals defensively in order to put points on the board in transition.
And as for Alicia individually, this is something I was giving you a scouting report on her before the ball game. I've seen her 2-3, I will call it 3 because maybe 4, but again, she does so many things well. When her jumper not there, this is also the type of thing that she does. She'll dish the ball. She'll get underneath and rebound, and she'll just get her points off of putbacks.
And in that last game against Monroe, I mean, they did not bring their A game there either. It was a C game. They won 58-46. Gray with a 32. I believe she had 17 rebounds in that thing as well. But the shots really weren't falling. We see the same kind of scenario being created right now. Washington County not playing, not putting their best foot forward, yet all of a sudden, now they're up 3. You could see this defensive intensity possibly starting to grind down North Hall as this game gets, over.
Now this is a true David versus Goliath type matchup. North Hall got to be so proud of what they've done here early on. Can they sustain the energy they had throughout really a quarter of play from midway first through midway second?
Imani Simmons almost with the steal there at midcourt, very active. They're challenging every ball.
Hamilton. This is Tiffany, a senior. Gives off. Rushton a three is contested and no good. Alicia Gray goes to the line. You know, I'm scouring the table that we're sitting at over here on press row. Don't see any coaches of recognition, but...
Well, we all know Alicia Gray, almost 40 offers right now as a junior.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure there's somebody in attendance right here in some way, shape, or form that's looking at number 15.
Just up in the crowd, so they're not recognized, right? Well, last year in the semifinals here at Macon, there were numerous... I'm not at liberty to say, name off some of the names that we recognize, but we'll say numerous high-level head coaches that were here to see the Lady Hawks. Another big-time turnover, Justin.
They just can't take the Washington County pressure in the last few minutes.
Starting to get back to the feel of what, the first 3 minutes or so, maybe 4 minutes of the ball game.
North Hall's going to keep fighting, though. I mean, this team, they're here to play.
20-16. Jumper. Go.
Nobody rotated out defensively there, and Kayla Brown with a wide open jumper from about 13. She was so open, she said, I'm going to step up and hit this from about 10.
Three ball for Rushton is in. Mary Kate Rushton, believe that's her second three of the ball game so far. Yes, it is.
9 points in all.
Oh, Alicia's jumper not falling today.
The NBA three right there.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe that had something to do with it. Better hurry. Just makes it. And a walk.
I'll tell you what, something I've noticed here doing these games in this tournament, these referees very eager to call the travel.
Sure.
They're not giving the player the benefit of the doubt. On the jump step, we saw Alicia Gray before. I'm not so sure necessarily if that was a walk right there, maybe on the pivot foot. They're liking to call those.
I'll tell you another thing we've seen this week, deep threes. 2 in a row that don't fall. Gray, so good at coming up with loose balls. Another kick out. Brown steps up and throws up the jumper. She's got a nice jumper. That's the one thing you can find out about her from the coaching staff and on the scouting report. That's what they'll keep telling you. I asked 2 people and they said, nice jumper.
Soft, very soft jumper.
Off the glass, had a bit of a wild shot by Kitchens. Under a half minute. 3-point game. Mary Kate thought about it. Looked like her back foot came up.
And just as they say they like calling the walk right there, they don't.
Corner jumper, no good. Ball loose. Gray comes out with it. She's got plenty of time at 20. Takes on 2 defenders and a block. With a 2-point bucket, chance at the 3-point play. It's 24-19.
That's the dominant Alicia Gray right there. Comes down 3-on-2, calls her own number, takes it herself, creates the contact, and puts it up and in.
That one rims in and out. Final seconds. Drive, scores. No, the charge.
Once again, though, why not hold for the last shot?
Yep.
Even if you make that, why are you going to give the Golden Hawks a chance to come back the other way? 9.7, plenty of time now for Washington County, even if you made that shot. Why not hold it, kick it for one, and have the only possession to end the half?
Nelson, 5. Gray, jumper. No good. Chance at a rebound. It's underneath. And a jump ball will be in North Hall's favor with just a half second left.
That's not the possession error you want right there, because there's absolutely nothing you're probably going to be able to do with half a second. So you just lost a possession right here by playing good defense in effect.
Be tossed in by McKenna Rushton. She hums it down. Loose, caught, turn, shoots, no good. They actually waved that shot off, but not a bad effort by Cleveland to chase it down and throw it up. Wow. Not much I can say about the first half here. North Hall hanging with the defending state champions, down by 6 on the GHSA network. Back for the second half at the Macon Centerplex alongside Justin Hanover. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us here in the GHSA Network. Justin, let's take a look at the first half stats.
Not pretty for Washington County, but Alicia Gray in the end, 12 points, 7 rebounds, leading the team there. You see Mary Kate Russian with 9 points. In terms of rebounds for North Hall, McKenna Russian and Sarah Paschal with 5 each. And if you look on the screen right there, North Hall out-rebounding Washington County by 3, but the turnover margin 14-1. That's going to be hard to overcome.
And by the way, I want to remind you, 17-14 was the number there. That rebounding edge for North Hall has been shrinking steadily because they were winning the battle on the boards.
They were, but more importantly, a 14-1 turnover difference. That's not going to win a ball game with numbers like that. That has got to shrink right there.
Not against a team that's won 62 consecutive ball games. So North Hall, with the gallant effort in the first half, hanging in there down by 5 against the #1 team in the state, clearly the #1 team at the AAA ranking. Winners of 62 straight, the defending state champions, led by arguably the best player in the state, who gets a second shot and makes. The third opportunity on the rebounding side there for Washington County, the second for Gray, and she makes it count.
And Alicia Gray, 10 points in that second quarter, now 14 in the game. You talk about that danger zone we've spoken about a couple of times yesterday. This is going to be that for North Hall.
7 points?
7. All of a sudden, if that goes to double digits, that's going to be a hard deficit to come back from.
Yeah, and in the other game, it's 12 or 14. But in a game like this, I think you're right. Gray. Good decision to not throw up that 3. They were throwing that up in the first half. Nelson going to drive, wide open lane. She cannot convert it, but boy, you don't like seeing that if you're a fan of the Lady Trojans.
They've got to help out quicker than that. Sarah Paschal just did not rotate over, and it left a wide open layup, but it was just missed.
3. They need it. They needed that. Mary Kate Rushton hits another 3. Has she got 3 now?
That's her third 3 of the game, and she has 12 in the contest.
Leading scorer?
For her team. Team high for North Hall, yes.
Second in the ball game overall.
And you see Gray posting up. They're trying to get her down low with a little mismatch there on Tiffany Hamilton.
Brown can't hit the jumper. Ball loose, pulled away underneath by North Hall. That was Hamilton on the rebound. And Swazowski will push. Mary Kate again. All of a sudden, a 1-point game.
Her 4th 3 already. And I love the emotion after the 3s.
She's an awfully streaky scorer. Above her per game average now. Gray in all kinds of traffic, and I mean all kinds. She had 3 Lady Trojans around her.
Sometimes you just tip your cap. That was very good defense. You want Alicia Gray to have to shoot over that, and she just happened to have made that because she's a great, great player.
Inside, shot altered by Brown. That was Paschal on the shot. 3-point game. By the way, I want to touch on it very quickly. Up in Gwinnett, Miller Grove with a 7-point lead, about to clinch the state championship on the girls' side in the Quad A ranks. First foul there, you saw on your screen, committed by either team's second half.
Coach House has got to be very pleased. They're at a 1-possession ball game right now. Half of this game clock has been bled down.
First foul on Gray, that one going against Alicia Gray.
The Lady Hawks very even-keeled when they commit a foul, when they score a bucket, very much just status quo.
Businesslike.
Very businesslike. I was going to say professionals feeling.
Nice. Very nice. Very smart score there by Sydney Cleveland.
5 in the game now and some great defense from Sydney.
Deep 3 there by Alicia Gray, no good. Drive the baseline. Kitchens throws up a shot that is a little too strong. And the push. Oh boy. Not this time. Defender get a piece of that one?
I don't think so. I could be wrong. It just looked like she had too much arc on that one and it fell short.
She got a little excited there, didn't she? She yanked it down.
Hey, why
pulled
not?
The string on it a little bit.
When you're feeling good right there, which Mary-Kate obviously is, and you have 4 threes already, and that's as wide as the ocean, that basket. Why not?
Gray double team, gives off to Brown, a wide open jumper. It touches every corner of the rim and rolls in.
If you're going to double her, you've got to rotate over towards the middle and force the pass all the way across.
Boy, there you see the length and defensive athleticism of Gray. Another steal. This time it's Nelson, or Kitchens, pardon me. Uh-oh. Not that time. Ball in the air, pulled away by Mary-Kate Rushton. They try to break the press. Somebody must have swiped that one out of bounds from behind.
Both teams playing hard. You see bodies on the floor on both sides of the glass in midcourt. Alicia Gray fatigued right now. Hands on her hips. Looks a little tired. Maybe a good time to give her a little bit of a minute blow right here. Doesn't look like that's happening though. Alicia Gray again, hands down, not reacting there.
Now, you may be right.
She's winded. She was not following her offender on that play. If there was a board, Gray was nowhere to be seen there.
Staub knocks down that 3, by the way. Was that Staub? Yes. Allie Staub hits the 3. Brings her team back to within 2.
They're going to live or die with that 3 ball.
Seems that way. Kayla. Kick back out. Shakiria gives off to Alicia. Alicia surveys the offensive zone, looking for her spot, goes left, now in between 2 defenders, takes on Staub, throws up a floater that's no good, and the rebound pulled away by Cleveland, and then a throwaway.
Give the ref some credit there. That's a good no call. It made it look like there was more contact than there really was.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever agree in a full game with the officials, on every call that is. But I think all in all, we've seen a great job by Ricky Crawford, Bill Lewis, Jared Dickey, and the crew.
Yep, they've let them play. They've called what they needed to call. Agree.
5 seconds on Gray. Lost sight of where she was. Shug Parker stating his case to the official.
This is a 2-point game right now. We are almost in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
It's getting to a point where I don't want to say there's going to be panic on Washington County, but remember, these girls haven't lost in a few years. They're not used to this situation. You made the point earlier. They win every game going away.
By 10 points every game this year.
This is the exact position Coach House wanted her team to be in. Just have a shot.
Baseline, rejection by Gray. She's got it back, and she's pushing. Let's watch. Oh my. Second effort up and good. Tiara Murray. Back to a 4-point game. We're also at a point, Justin, where everybody watching around the state and keeping up with the state playoffs is going to be tuning in this ball game on the GHSA network.
Indeed.
Because this true David versus Goliath, if you're just tuning in, as Miller Grove and Southwest DeKalb has gone final. Washington County, the juggernaut. North Hall's really got a shot to win this thing.
Mary-Kate Rushton now 17 points in this thing to go along with her 4 threes.
1:15, 3rd quarter.
So Alicia Gray leading the way with 18, Mary-Kate Rushton right there with 17. Good help defense right there.
Yep.
Good job by McKenna Rushton to get over there in time to block that shot away. And again, Alicia Gray is winded. Nobody needs this third quarter break as much as she does.
And she looked over to Shug Parker, and her coach said, let's go. It's playoff time.
When you're in the Final Four, you've got to give it all you have, I guess. But if you're ever going to give her a break, maybe this final minute of the third with the break going to the fourth would have been the time.
Dribble lost there. They'll say somebody's going to get hit with a push.
Nobody in foul trouble, though. 3 fouls right now for Washington County, only 1 for North Hall.
Monty Simmons hit with that foul. Here it is, Gray. An easy deuce in a 4-point game.
If you're Mary Kate Rushton, though, you've got to foul her there at midcourt. You can't give her the explosion to the hoop. That was a free 2 points. You have to have the recognition and foul her at midcourt and let them start it over.
You know what, Justin, as the 3 is dropped in by McKenna Rushton. By the way, another interesting development. Looks like they are really sticking both Tiffany Hamilton and Mary Kate on her defensively, but Mary Kate looks to be, nope, they switched them off again. Thought for a moment we had the 2 top scorers in the ball game playing each other defensively. Gray. Timeout called by Parker, and she's barking at Alicia saying, you gotta go is what he just said. 5 seconds left, third quarter play, 1-point game.
The Golden Hawks a step slow. I'm not saying they're slower than North Hall, but compared to what they normally are, they're not able to pull away. We thought maybe when they got up to that 7-point lead, they were really going to be able to push this thing, bring the intensity, the pressure. Credit North Hall for hitting their threes, but Washington County not moving as well off the ball as normal.
In other words, you thought they would do what they do to everybody else.
You see you see spurts of that defensive pressure. You see them being able to take the ball away. But if North Hall is able to bang away the threes, there's nothing you could do defensively.
So the offensive call here, what do you draw up?
I think you draw up getting the ball to your best player in Alicia Gray. You get out of there and you let her run. You let her just go to the hole. They haven't really had many appearing set plays. And with 5 seconds to go, I don't know what else you can really do besides give it to your best player and go. Alicia Gray right now with 9 rebounds to go along with the 18.
So Gray, the All-State player, sure to notch a double-double.
She's got 20, by the way. 20 and 9 right now for Gray.
Let's see what Shug draws up. There it is, a lob inside to her. She whirls around the defender and gets fouled. 2 shots.
You almost need a little better recognition if you're North Hall there and not let her get that position off the ball.
I think the double came too late.
They gave her the position. You almost have to double down there, make somebody else get the ball, and let them try and create a play. That was almost too easy there.
Especially not what you want coming out of a timeout defensively.
No.
And now North Hall also, by the way, will have a legitimate shot at a legitimate shot here, time-wise, at the end of the third. Staub to throw it in. Got to hurry, though. Slazowski throws it up. No good. Well, we were tied at 8 at the end of 1. It was a 5-point, 6-point Waco lead, 5-point Waco lead. I had it right the first time at the half. A 3-point lead now for the Golden Hawks of Washington County. To the fourth quarter we go on the network. The first of 4 games from the Macon Centerplex here this afternoon and evening inside the AAA classification. And it is our good fortune to see one of the more dominant teams over the last 2 years, the Washington County Golden Eagles versus the North Hall Lady Trojans.
And North Hall leading on the boards right now, 24-19. So you see the Trojans being able to get on the glass.
Turn that around. Great. No good this time. Inside, Brown with the rebound, and she's sent away by Rushton on the inside.
The turnover difference, though, well in the favor of Washington County.
Oh, boy, Mary Kate absolutely mugged. Wow, you know what? There was no foul called. I stand corrected.
Well, you could still be mugged and not have a foul called.
Can you be mugged and not have your wallet taken from you?
Wow.
Wow.
Never been in that situation.
2 for 2.
You see the Trojans, though, they're fighting both teams. It's a 3-point game, 24 minutes in the books. This is what it's all about right here.
Hamilton. Taylor Swazowski. Can North Hall pull off one of the more memorable wins of the last few years in the state tournament? Underneath, good move and finish. Sarah Paschal.
It's a great baseline move right there. She has 6 in the game.
Nelson throws it up, no good. Ball loose. Wow. And before that ball landed out of bounds, it landed on top of Shakira.
And that's why we're going white and green ball. For the lead right now.
Quietly. They just stay in this thing. They just stayed in this ball game. Boy. Rebound. Rushton spins, and they'll hit her with a walk.
It was a good look, and it looked like McKenna Rushton's 3 was going to go down right there.
Yep.
North Hall, excuse me, Chris, 4 threes in that third quarter. And their only points in the second quarter came via the triple as well. 7 threes in the game for the Trojans.
I wasn't going to say a word during that 3-pointer. I wanted to hear the eruption, because there would have been one surely. The energy in this place is palpable. 3. Off the iron on the other side. Rebound to Gray. She'll go up and in.
Sydney Cleveland all over her defensively, but sometimes when you're just too good, you're just too good. And that's what happened there. Alicia Gray, her ups were phenomenal to get up and get the rebound on that one.
And she does such a great job. Let's keep bragging on her. One other thing that we have not talked about for her is her ability to position herself in the right spot to get the offensive rebound.
Absolutely. 24 now in the game for Gray.
Staub drives the baseline and is fouled.
Alicia Gray's got to rotate her feet a little bit quicker than that. She had her cut off, but she should have kept rotating.
Strip. And the push. The numbers are not there, but she'll get the score anyway. Shanteria Kitchens.
Shakira Nelson with a great defensive play, running the break, good recognition, the bounce pass. All Nelson on that one, and a great finish by Kitchens.
Kitchens with a big free throw coming up here, trying to finish off the 3-point play, and makes it a 6-point game. North Hall's got to put together another run. Not a big one. That'll help. She does it again. My goodness, Mary Kate Rushton.
5 threes now in the game, 20 in all.
Could not get the friendly roll, goes out of bounds, and it's white ball.
Just when you almost say maybe that's it for the Trojans, maybe they're going to run out of steam, all of a sudden they bomb another three, they get a good defensive stand, and now they have the ball looking for a tie possible.
5:21 mark. Do you realize there are people all across the state right now that love their high school basketball that are seeing this score and they're saying, honey, I can't do that right now. I got to get on the network and see what's going on down in Macon. Rushton's going to the line.
And look at Christy House pull out a little trick from her bag right there. The great design play led to the foul. You know you're holding that one back for a right time.
.1,000-point scorer, Mary Kate Rushton hits the first.
Such a sweet stroke. Just tickles
the
twine. Yep.
She really does. A 1,000-point career scorer, really blossomed here in her senior season. You could see it her junior season, but really this year she's been such a high-level player in her senior season.
So confident, so emotional. Just she feels good.
43-42. Dump down. Grace fouled.
You can't give her that position. You've got to fight her out of that position. You're done once she gets within 4 or 5 feet of the glass.
Nobody there to front her.
You've got to work off the ball, front her if you have to. If you're going to let her in deep down that low, you're in trouble.
She's inching ever closer to 30.
27 right now. Yet to hit a three, though. The outside game not working today.
That's how she scores 48, Justin, is when she's hitting those threes and the outside jumpers.
Right, so she'll just get 35 without the three.
Right. Three ball straight away. Off iron to the side. Rebound pulled away by Waco. Oh, and they call a walk. As Tiara Murray was trying to get position to dish that ball out, she was hit with a walk. They'll say that she picked up her pivot foot. We've got a hard collision underneath, and they're checking the nose of Sarah Paschal.
And it's Wazowski who missed that three, had an early three in the first quarter. That's been it for her offensively. Remember, she had 17 in that last game.
Better hurry. They get it in. She's got it back here. Taylor's going to drive. And a block. Now, wait a minute. They're going the other way, but did the man in stripes in front of us not call the block? He is calling a block.
No, they're going, yes.
Yes. Well, I've been wrong a few times this week, but I knew I saw that one.
They're going to converse on this.
Right. One guy calls the charge, the other calls the block. Who will win it? It'll be a block.
I'll go with the bigger guy.
When in doubt, right? And to settle it down.
This is the 7th team foul.
Ah, yes, thank you. 7th team foul now on Washington County.
Could loom large.
Indeed.
North Wazowski at the line. She has not been hitting her shots.
Although North Hall, a very good free throw shooting club. This one area where they have an advantage surely on Waco.
And they'll be shooting every time they get fouled from here on out.
Meanwhile, North Hall has only committed 4 fouls in the second half, and they missed the second. Put the hex on them. Gray scores. 29 now for Alicia Gray. And her team owns a 5-point lead, closing in on the 4-minute mark in the first of 2 girls semifinal games here at the Macon Centerplex. 3 ball in the corner by Rushton, no good, and the rebound pulled away by Brown. Here comes Nelson. Shakiria lost it underneath.
They're calling a foul. She was bailed out on that one because she was a little bit out of control.
Paschal. Yep, they'll hit Sarah for the foul. 5th now of the half. First on her. Corner shot. Goes. That's a 2. 2-point bucket by Kitchens.
No, they're giving her 3 on that, I believe.
Oh, wow.
They gave her 3 on that. And that's a great set play right off the inbounds.
8-point game. I was looking right at her toe, by the way, Justin. Rushton is fouled by Gray beyond the 3-point line. That time, I know for a fact she was behind the arc.
She was in downtown Macon on that one. Huge free throws right here.
Absolutely. Hits the first. Well, the way this young lady's shooting today, these may be automatic.
23 right now in the game for Mary Kate. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, and very few of her 23 have come within, what, 6 feet?
Very few.
Maybe 8 feet even. They've all been pretty deep jumpers. And how many threes, if you don't mind, my friend?
5 threes and 2 twos. The rest are foul shots.
Wow. Oh, boy. Misses the third. That's okay. She did knock down 2. 6-point game. 51-45.
Plenty of time here. No reason to panic if you're North Hall. You're in a position you sort of were okay with coming into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you told Christy House, you're right. What a great point by you. If you told Christy House coming into this one, at 3 minutes, you're going to be down by 6. She just said, okay. At the top, Nelson with all her quickness, with Taylor Swazowski on her. Drives, goes around 2 defenders, cannot score it. Ball still loose, battle for the rebound, pulled out by Rushton, and she is fouled. And that's 9. Now they're 1 foul away from an automatic 2 free throws.
It's a good job by North Hall. Obviously, you saw the quick little point guard in Nelson drive. They cut off a good angle, though, and they made her go from an almost impossible shot, which she did almost make.
Yeah.
But that's how you want to defend her.
There you see Shook Parker. Missed the front iron. Jump ball in favor of North Hall.
Good attempt by Nelson, though, trying to get the timeout called. Smart, heady play.
Better hurry. Finally get it in. Goes. It's Tiffany Hamilton. The 5'5" senior drains the jumper with the defender collapsing down on her. 4-point game.
First bucket of the game there for Tiffany.
That's big. And she got it. Shanteria Kitchens.
Stepping up big time right there. 9 points for the sophomore in this quarter alone.
Mark that moment. 2:36. Kitchens knocks down a 3. It's a 7-point game. That could be absolutely huge. And a steal. Is the game turning right here? Charge.
An emphatic no.
Could have been.
Taylor Swazowski trying to do a little bit too much dribbling. Everybody knows when you try and beat a press, you want to keep the ball moving more so than try and dribble past the defender. A little too much on that last possession. Bailed out, though, because of the charge.
Clock now not quite their friend. Not panic time, but it's not comfortable either. 2:15. Driving, wide open lane off glass, and she couldn't get it to fall. Gray looks for the killer. Alicia Gray is fouled.
Some determination on Gray's face on that.
Yep.
She drove right by us with her left hand here. You could tell she was doing nothing but going straight to the hoop, as she should have on that possession.
Looking for 30. Won't happen this time at the free throw line. Makes 1 of 2.
And there's 30.
And a steal. Oh, boy. Now, that may have been a chance to put it away. But North Hall's got it back. Sydney tried to spin into the defender, lost it, and now North Hall's got it back. They're surviving, if just barely. Rushton, Cleveland, won't fall, ball underneath, Rushton follows. 1:40 left, 6-point game.
And Mary Kate was looking for it on the left side there, wide open, wanting the three, raising her arms. They went the other way, but Rushton able to get that board in the hoop. .26 now for Mary Kate, 30, a game high for Alicia Gray. Nothing spectacular, but by not being spectacular, she is spectacular.
Right.
Because she doesn't need to take somebody off the dribble every time. She doesn't need to take an errant three. You see, Alicia Gray has let the game come to her.
I pulled up our game here beside the table. That way you got the benefit of an instant replay as we head down to the finish here in a 6-point ball game between Washington County and North Hall. 55-49. What an entertaining ball game.
Just a great job by the Trojans. I don't know how many people gave them a chance coming into this thing, but you know what? Whether they can pull this out or not, they have the respect of a lot of these fans, even from Washington County. It may not be rocky against the Russian there in Russia, but you see a lot of this crowd screaming for North Hall.
Ivan Drago.
Drago,
yeah.
It's a big man.
Right, yeah.
So a minute 26. Time is of the essence right now for North Hall. They've got to come out and press and defend hard.
6-point ball game. The winner will face either West Side of Augusta or Columbia for the state title.
Foul shots the rest of the way for both sides.
Gray is fouled. They'll hit Sarah Paschal with that one. So Gray, the lefty, hits. Where will this young lady play her college basketball? Should be very intriguing next year to watch just her senior season in high school. Hits them both. 32 points now for Alicia Gray.
On her average. 32 in that last game also, remember, against Monroe. 32 here, 32 average.
Something special.
She should change her number to 32.
Yeah.
And
Deep
try
ball.
this again.
Oh boy.
Fool me once, sometimes you can't fool me twice. She's writhing in pain though down there. That's not good.
Oh no.
Shanteria Kitchens is in pain.
She was chasing after the loose ball. Oh boy. Well, I'm not here for speculation. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break because this looks like it could be a serious situation. We're going to take a quick break in an 8-point ball game, 1:21 left in the state semifinals here in Macon on the GHSA network. Back in Macon, good news. Shantaria has come to her feet and is now walking back down to the bench. That is always good news on Shantaria Kitchens.
I think she just fell. There's a different level. It's a couple of inches down. I think she didn't realize it as she let the ball go out of bounds, and she just stumbled down to the ground.
Yeah, she was chasing the ball momentarily, but clearly it was going out of bounds, and she had let it go, and now Gray scores underneath. Now the Waco faithful can feel it, as they should. It's a 10-point game at 118. It's not over, but it's real, real close.
Certainly I don't need to say that you can't leave Alicia Gray once again wide open from 2 feet out. That's just a mix-up of communication right there. The Trojans needed to obviously defend her a little harder than that.
She may have a chance at 40 now. She's
34?
sitting on 34. She's going to get the ball every time offensively. We know we're going to see some fouls.
A valiant effort from the Trojans.
Absolutely.
Christy Howe should be proud of her girls. A great effort. McKenna and Mary-Kate Rushton's last game being a senior. Sarah Paschal as well. Taylor Swazowski, a senior-laden team. And you're watching the final minutes of their high school career. They should be very proud of what they've accomplished.
Yeah, it may be ending with disappointment as far as a loss if it ends up that way now. But they truly have nothing to hang their heads about.
Al Michaels once said, do you believe in miracles? Well, I say, do you believe in moral victories? And if you do, this is the epitome of one. Alicia Gray, 34 and 12 right now.
Rushton, got to push it now. 3 ball in the corner, no good. Up in the air, big rebound here. And a jump ball that's in favor of Waco. .105. Go for the steal. If you can't get it, the foul. Now it looked like she had the foul down on that end, and instead turns into a potential fast break. The pass was thrown down to Gray underneath the bucket and swatted away.
There's really no reason to push it, though, here, obviously. If you're Washington County, I know they wanted to get that hoop there. They had a break. But if they're going to foul you, let them foul you. There's no reason to rush this game.
Gray underneath, and she is indeed fouled. 58.9. Again, the winner faces either West Side of Augusta or Columbia for the state championship here on the 10th at 7 p.m. Also want to remind you, coming up next on the GHSA network, more semifinal action inside the AAA classification. Our first boys semifinal. It'll be Drew versus Washington of Atlanta. 2 teams with not a lot of history, but a dream in hand. Push, lefty off glass and in. 10-point game. Gray, give off. Nelson backs it out wisely. They can't catch her to foul her.
You can't catch her, you can't foul her. That's right. A good point. She is a streak of lightning running up and down. Like to see if Coach House pulls her seniors out here at some point for a standing ovation.
First free throw good by Nelson. Well, you mentioned it earlier. Woodward Academy in 1995 and 96 was the last team to have back-to-back undefeated seasons.
We are 1 game away from seeing a repeat.
1 game away. Washington County is now, it seems, from completing that task. That would put Gray and her teammates in the upper echelon of history.
No doubt.
They've got some really talented young ladies coming back next year as well. Of course, including Gray.
This game, this score not indicative of how this game was played with a 12-point lead here.
Yeah, great point by you. You're right. Yeah. And we've only seen 2 ladies play tonight, significant minutes. That's not going to be a part of this team next year. That's Nelson, who was just at the line, and that is a big piece to lose. arguably their quickest player, their point guard leader,
the catalyst,
and Kayla Brown, their catalyst, right? And then Kayla Brown, one of their best pure shooters.
I bet Coach House is going to call a timeout on this next possession, and she's going to bring her seniors out. Nobody's at the scorer's table, though.
Right.
38 for Gray, 38 and 12.
Gracious. I was giving you the schedule for the rest of the day a few moments ago. Let's keep going. Coming up tonight at 7, our second semifinal. That's West Side and Columbia that I mentioned earlier. We'll meet the winner of this one. Looks like it's going to be Waco. And then our final game tonight, Eagles Landing and Columbia in the second boys semifinal. That tip at around 8:45. And a foul. This time Murray going to the line. And a standing ovation for the Golden Hawk fans. It's 38-35. Waco at the end of 3. The push, a lot of contact there on the center emblem. Well, your impressions, Justin, your real first shot of seeing Waco and
I mean,
Alicia Gray, what do you think?
You know you're a great team when you don't bring that A game, and yet you're still going to win going away now by double digits.
Yeah.
I mean, I give North Hall a ton of credit, a lot of passion, emotion. They stayed in this game for the bulk of it. In the end, though, the Lady Hawks just too good.
Off iron. Rebound to Waco. Gray's got it right now. They're trying to foul her. She's dribbling all around, and finally she is tagged.
Looking for 40 here if she could hit them both.
North Hall going to fall to 24-8. They finished 9-1 inside a very tough Region 8A AAA. Their 8-game winning streak will go by the board. All of their losses came to very tough teams this year. If this is their 8th loss, they will now have losses to Washington County, Wesleyan, East Hall 3 times, and Flowery Branch twice. That's right, Flowery Branch at a quad A.
Wow. 18 points in the 4th for Alicia Gray, a game high 40. That's stepping up.
She may just be the best player in the state. And for a 63rd consecutive time, she's helped lead the Lady Golden Hawks to a victory. But this one of the biggest. It's a semifinal victory in Macon, and they will defend their state championship. 68-52 your final from the Macon Centerplex. For Justin Hanover, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Lots more action coming up the rest of the afternoon, but for now, we bid you adieu on the GHSA Network.